What's going on, people? Hope you guys are doing good this Tuesday afternoon. We've got a little bit of Seahawks roster news and injury news. You guys know the drill. So, we're going to go through all this, but first, again, I want to remind people that later tonight, in about 4 hours from the upload time of this video, me and the Hawks Nest are going to go live with the post game on the Niners. We're going to spend a couple hours talking about whatever needs to be talked about concerning that 49ers game. So come on by, watch it live, or watch the recorded the VOD. So yeah, obviously that game feels like it happened an eternity ago. Obviously people have moved on by and large, but me and the Hawks Nest are gonna close the book on that, and then we'll move on to bigger and better things. So hope to see you guys in about 4 hours. Me and him will go live on this channel, and we will talk about that game. Okay, so we've got some news from the Seahawks, and I know that a lot of Seahawks fans are already kind of mentally moving past this upcoming Chiefs game. I know a lot of Seahawks fans are definitely already trying to think about. Some people are thinking about the Jets game. Some people are already moving past even that. They're thinking about the offseason, whatever. But I want to talk about some stuff that we may or may not have to concern ourselves with this upcoming game because, hey, they still got to play it. They still got to play this game, and the question is, who are the Seahawks going to have when this game kicks off? So, first bit of news comes from Adam Schefter. Laquan Treadwell is off the practice squad. He is now on the 53-man roster. So that means he will be, in all likelihood, active for the remaining games this year. There's no longer any kind of limit to how much we can play him. There's no longer a will we or won't we question with activating him from the practice squad every week. So now he gets more money, I guess, right? That's one thing that happens here. But you'll probably see a little more Treadwell going forward, which makes sense, right? Because Lockett got hurt. So I've already talked a little bit about Treadwell. He's a stud from college, hasn't panned out in the NFL, although he did have a pretty decent year last year, I would say, a capable year. So hopefully, if he manages to work himself into a position where he can contribute for this team, he does. And the talent's there because of what he did in college. There's that first round pedigree there, but will it manifest itself at any point this year? That's the question. We're just going to need some time to figure it out. He's got the opportunity now going forward. Okay, so now let's talk about some injury news coming down from Pete Carroll today. First is Jordan Brooks. He will practice today and is determined to play Saturday. So the fact that he's practicing today, it's Tuesday right now, very encouraging, very positive development for him. If he does practice today, then it would be hard to imagine him not playing this week. So it's a neck injury. You never know. Maybe he gets out there and things just don't click the way he was expecting. Maybe he gets out there and he just, he notices something that he didn't notice before. And hey, it's a neck injury. You don't want to mess around with those. If he's got to sit out, then I get it, totally. But it sounds like Jordan Brooks is going to be okay. Might not even miss one game. So just from a health perspective, that's obviously really, really good. Al Woods, still not practicing, which surprises me a little bit. I thought that he was kind of on the fence to play against the 49ers last week, and that he would definitely be good going forward. But at this moment, it looks like he's not quite ready to go yet. Obviously, against a team like the Chiefs, I don't know how important Al Woods is, but at the end of the day, regardless of the opponent, Al Woods is one of our best defensive linemen. You definitely want to have him out there. So this is certainly something to monitor going forward. Also not yet practicing is D. Eskridge. And D. Eskridge is another guy who probably should be looking at this Tyler Lockett situation as an opportunity to start working his way back into the good graces with the Seahawks organization and fan base. Now, there's only a few games left. There isn't necessarily a ton he can do. but the opportunity should be there if he can get back on the field. But as of right now, still working his way back from the broken hand. Bottom line is he's still on that rookie deal next year. He's going to be super cheap next year. I've said before I don't think he's going to play for this team again, but if there's any reason to believe that he's going to give you something next year, even if it's just a few hundred yards, you may as well bring him back. If you believe he can do that, you may as well bring him back for the money he's going to cost. So, going to be very interesting to see what he can do, if anything, over these next few games here. So, still waiting on a couple of these guys. And even though it's D. Eskridge, and D. Eskridge is not has done nothing this year, I think that we all understand that with the Lockett situation, his potential presence on the football field has value. Like, we would certainly prefer having him out there to not having him out there right now. Big potential negative news here that I was not expecting. Ken Walker will not practice today, and Pete Carroll called him a "we'll see." And with the way Pete Carroll usually talks about injuries, "we'll see" is not really what you want to hear. So, I don't know if it's just a thing where being generally sore from that game against the 49ers on Thursday is potentially holding him back. I don't know if he got specifically hurt in that game. I didn't see anything. I didn't notice anything from Ken Walker in terms of him actually getting hurt and having to come out of that game. But regardless, as of right now, the assumption should be that he's not going to play against Kansas City, I think, because Pete just doesn't sound that positive about it. But we'll see. We know he's not practicing today. That's concerning, but by itself, that doesn't have to be a death knell. And obviously, Ken Walker's value as a player is not going to necessarily come this year. It's going to come over the next few years when he becomes the full-time featured back. So if you got to sit him out a game now to protect him, then so be it. Now, Ken Walker, that's the kind of player you definitely would have wanted to have against a team like the Kansas City Chiefs. You want to be able to run the ball. You want to be able to control the clock. You want to be able to grind out those first downs, get in better second and third down situations. You're just not going to be able to do that with Travis Homer and DJ Dallas. I like those guys, but it is what it is. So this is kind of significant, and it's unexpected to me. So hopefully we get better news in the coming days, but the fact that Pete Carroll says we'll see does not make me feel good. Last little bit of news, Pete Carroll threw this one out right before, I believe right at the end of his press conference. Easop Winston, a former Cougar receiver, may be getting action as a punt returner because Tyler Lockett was doing it previously and now he can't because of the broken hand. DJ Dallas is the next man up as a punt returner, but Easop Winston is apparently the guy who's being kept in the back pocket. So there are definitely some Cougars fans in this fan base who would be very excited to see him get to do something. I'm guessing either we're assuming that Eskridge is not going to be ready to do punt returns yet because of the broken hand. So maybe he's not even being mentioned for that reason. You would think that Eskridge would be first man up in the absence of Lockett if he was healthy. But just a fun little cherry on top of all these health announcements and health updates. Easop Winston may yet contribute for this Seahawks team. So Cougars fans, celebrate. And yeah, that's about it for this round of roster updates. I'm going to get out of here. Should be live on Twitch throughout much of today. Hope to see you guys there. Go Hawks.